Dillon Gabriel talked about what he learned from his first NFL start and also kind of the offense building off this game.
I think I learned little details. Definitely was ready for that, but all the details come down to it. And I think in any game you're going to want 4 to 5 plays back. Of course, the result will feel different, and maybe your 4 to 5 plays may feel different, but that's the game we live and play in. So, got to be better in those four to five plays is what and why you continue to work as hard as you do. I think there's always something to build on. No moral victories whatsoever, but I think regardless of result, week to week, there's a process, and more time you spend around anyone, you're going to get more continuity, and that's QB to receiver, that's QB to running back, that's us as a whole unit coming together really, and getting comfortable with our unit.
So Ashley, what did you think? What did you think of Gabriel? I thought he was pretty good. I wish they would have let him do more, I guess is my takeaway.
Yeah, I agree. I thought he looked good. He looked confident. I think sometimes you see rookies get into those situations in their first games and they look totally overwhelmed or overmatched. And I didn't feel like that at all watching Dillon Gabriel. And I agree. I said yesterday that game left me at least wanting to see more. I think they cautiously did not open up the playbook like totally, maybe not even as much as they could have because they just wanted to be cautious and make sure he was comfortable out there, had some go-to things he could use to get him through this first start. But I certainly think he's earned having more on his plate, earned possibly taking more downfield shots. Again, I think that is part of establishing this chemistry with your pass catchers. I did think he benefited from David Njoku having his best game of the season so far. He caught 6 of 9 targets, 67 yards, and of course that touchdown. So David, to me, ended up being the key for him in the pass game. The Browns are going to need more performances like that out of him. David struggled through those first 4 weeks. So hopefully this is at least a sign of good things to come for those two. And of course, the other tight end, Harold Fannin, not as many yards, only 13, but he did catch all 4 of his targets and, of course, had that first touchdown, his first career touchdown. So I think those things were promising. I thought you saw Dillon work really well with his tight ends. He looked comfortable. He looked confident. And right now, I'm left wanting to see them open up that playbook a bit more for him.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't roll him out more in the bootlegs and those kind of things that we have seen in years past in Kevin Stefanski. And I guess, were you surprised at that? Where does Kevin Stefanski go to give him more freedom, do you think, being Gabriel?
Yeah, I thought he looked good when he did those things. So again, part of me just wonders if that's something they were limited a bit on, but I thought he looked good on some of those boots, those rollouts. And that's where I think Joe Flacco struggled. Like Joe Flacco had obviously lost a step compared to 2 years ago, even here. And Dillon is just more mobile. Like the mobility is not something people have focused on with him as much as the processing. But I do think you saw flashes of it. So I think they need to add more of it and maybe add to that confusion for opposing defenses or make defenses question some things because that offense just totally hit a wall, especially in the fourth quarter. It was really difficult. I think they had 2 first downs before that final drive, when they're throwing a couple of deep balls and just praying at that point to try to get a chance to win or tie the game. So I think those are things you want to see him do more of to help open things up.